What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year. It is your boy Vladis. How you doing? Man, oh, a late stream, right? Me and my wife were eating. There was a lot of stuff we had to do today. Bedtime kind of ran in and kids didn't want to sleep. And then we hadn't eaten. And then we were watching some anime, eating some food. And I was like, you know what? I gotta, I gotta stream, dude. So I really do want to keep like trying to stream every single day, even if for it is like 2 hours minimum. I really do want to keep on track with that because I've just been getting a lot of really good reception from you guys, from the people that watch me, that like to see the content. So Graven, what's going on, brother? Thank you so much for the sub, man. Thank you. Holy crap, 15 months. Look at that epic shield. That's another thing on my to-do list. I actually want to do a different icon. So from 1 month to 12 months is all the shields, and I'm thinking about doing like dual swords for like 1 year to 2 years, and like different, things of that. And then and then just made it to where like, I don't know how long I'm going to go with that, but I do want to do one from 1 year to 2 years for sure. Cause there's, I've been streaming now for over a year. So there's people who've literally been supporting me that entire time, and I want them to feel a little special, just a little bit special. But I hope everybody had a really good and safe New Year's Eve going into New Year's Day. Currently right now I am fighting a fish in ashes. I've been trying, so again, I've been really hammering out my to-do list, man. I am so freaking proud of myself. With even the little bit of time that I have to play, I am knocking out a lot of the stuff that I wanted to, really well. And oh wow. And so I feel like my last thing I'm going to do is, or not last thing, but the next thing I'm doing right now is I'm saving up to get roughly around 10 gold, and I want to buy like at least a one. I really want to try to get a broodling. Like that's really like on my to-do list right now, is to get like a really good mount. Then once I get that mount, I believe my guild, or Hannibal Husbandrist, is selling the journeyman mule for like, I think 4 gold. So I definitely want to get that as well. And I'm debating right now, should I get the mule first? Should I get the, should I get the mount first? I don't know. I mean, I do a lot of sports fishing, so that 125% speed I think is going to be really nice for the time being. So I'm still debating, but my goal right now is to basically earn 10 gold and see what I can do with that again. But I still have to buy my last storage in Jova, and I do want to do that. So I'm trying to see priorities right now, like what really is the priority. Pork dude, what's going on, brother? Welcome. Happy New Year. Hope you've had a great 2025, and going into 2026. I wish nothing but the best for you, brother. Thank you. But yeah, we're out here just playing some ashes, man. Like, I just got on, and I was so lucky because I usually log out right by this lake, and I always check the northern part first, and then I just check the southern. And as I was checking the southern, I was like, oh shit, there's an event happening right now. Oh God, I'm an idiot. Oh my God. Why did I do that? Oh, I was like, what the? It's done that to me too a couple of times. It's like, it says that I got a critical catch, and then it like goes nowhere where it's supposed to be. There we go. Yeah, man, it's going over like today, great example, man. Like on my YouTube thumbnail for today's stream, I put, new year, new content. And I am very, very motivated for this year as far as content. Like today I literally banged out an entire script for my next video. My script is basically 99% done. If there's any kind of changes I'll make, it's going to be very, very slight tweaks, but that's literally what I worked on all day today. On top of that, I made 3 different thumbnails. I came up with 3 different titles for my next video. So tomorrow I'm going to lay down the track. I'm going to do all the verbal auditory stuff and then work on that a couple of times. I'm going to hear it back with no B-roll or anything like that, just to see like how it is or whatever. I'm going to be very critical because I'm literally going to give myself 2 weeks. So this video that I'm working on right now is not going to be released until the 15th. And then the next video won't be released until the 30th. And that's going to be kind of like the trend. You know what I mean? Like, is every 15 days, you'll have an edited video by me, along with like going live, every day on Twitch and YouTube. And then I might have the occasional opinion piece of a talking head or very light editing, just Ash's B-roll about a particular topic if I get a wild hair to talk about it. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to do. The other thing I'm planning on doing too is I'm going to start doing vertical streams soon. I'm just still trying to figure out how to set that up. I'm going to talk to one of my content creator friends that has been doing it and see if they can help me out. So that's one thing I want to do as well. And then along with doing that, I'm going to be doing shorts. I want to put up more shorts, or not more shorts, like shorts in general, because I haven't even put up a short in years. So yeah, Roar's a great friend of mine. I mean, he's definitely going to help me out in trying to figure out the whole OBS thing, the key thing and everything like that. Phantom's been doing it too. Nice just started doing it. There's no reason not to, right? I mean, that's it. I mean, Phantom has been doing it way longer than any of us. But yeah, I really want to do the whole shorts thing because it's just more exposure and stuff like that. And I also just want to start cutting up these streams because, dude, there's been so many really amazing questions from, all of you guys. And, and I've seen so many shorts of that same kind of content on YouTube Shorts. And it's, if there's a question that a person asks and I can answer it in under a minute or whatever, and that can be as a short to like help out other people with that same similar question of Ash's, why not, right? So that's kind of like what I want to do there. So what the heck? Sorry, I haven't had a bot like that in forever. Jesus. But yeah. So yeah, I'm just kind of looking into like all the different things that I can do for 2026. I'm going to start using like Nexus clips, which is like $20 a month for like literally unlimited access to, process my live streams and get clips like that for the channel. And just kind of been talking it out with my wife. Like my wife's been kind of like my sounding board when it comes to a lot of my stuff. Because I find that to be more like keeping the accountability, if that makes any sense, like keeping the accountability in check, but also just kind of pinging ideas off of her too. She's had some really good ideas as far as like my content and stuff. And I feel like I just need to do it is my thing. Like I need to do it. And then once I do it, I need to be consistent. That's it. And I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job of streaming every single day. I mean, I haven't streamed every day, given there were some certain circumstances that occurred, but I think for the most part, I think I've been doing quite well on that. So I can't really complain. I think the most that I've done so far is like keeping that commitment of streaming every single day. And, now that we're, really in early access now, we've been in early access for almost a month. We're like a week away from a month. What the heck? Interesting. There's a lot of particular subjects that I want to start talking about. And, I talked to you yesterday about the whole corruption system and flagging system that Ashes Creation has, and the problems and issues that system has been occurring right now, right? With, people baiting people into combatant status or baiting people into corruption, or, you know, circumventing corruption because of like low level, you know, using like a low level character to go corrupt with, and then just deleting that character, rinse and repeating the cycle, you know, and it's not helping, right? So because we are gamers, we are always looking to circumvent systems, right? That's what we do as gamers. We see a system that does not work in our favor, and then we think to ourselves, well, what could I do or me and my friends do to make this system not suck as much, right? And I feel like that's literally what people have been doing, is just circumventing the flagging system and circumventing the corruption, which is making it very unplayable for a lot of people. Because, you know, the whole thing about the corruption system is that they want penalties. They want people to feel like, hey, you shouldn't be doing this on repeat. And because people are, it makes it a very unpleasant process, even in a testing environment. And, you know, we all know that there was going to be things in the testing environment that weren't going to be exactly like amazing to experience like over and over and over again. But I feel like in a way, I'm kind of grateful that people are doing these things, because those very people could literally hold on to those things and not do them, and then just wait until the game goes live while these issues weren't fixed or these issues weren't hammered out, and then we suffer on launch. So I'm really grateful that people get so desperate and so like antsy to do these exploits or these, you know, workarounds now, because then we have, I think, a pretty long time to figure out like, well, what is the best solution for this particular scenario? Like, how do we combat this? Is this acceptable? Is this something that should be intended as gameplay? And, you know, even though it is intended gameplay, you know, by the developers, is that intended gameplay that we enjoy as the players? And I think having that dialogue with ourselves and also with the developers, you know, is important, because how long did we have to say for static node rarity to suck until it got changed? So it was just one of those things that we had to experience, that we had to, you know, keep hammering the feedback and keep saying like, hey, we don't like this, we don't like this. And, you know, I've always known that there was going to be certain things in Ashes of Creation that are literally never going to change. Like, it's just, no matter how long you complain about it, no matter what you decide to do, Steven is going to be very stubborn when it comes to certain large changes, right? Like the whole PvE server debate, that's never going to happen. We're never going to have like a PvE server and a PvP server. The game would not work that way. But there are other things that I think he has been very, I wouldn't say lenient. That's not the right word. Very open to having it be changed, right? Like, the devs had a vision for a certain system, and that vision did work, right? It's not saying the vision failed, but the vision didn't capture the fun part of the player. And it's so like, are we going to be stubborn about this particular system, right? As a developer, you have to ask these questions, right? Like, are we just going to be stubborn to not change it because we like it, even though the majority of our players literally hate the system? Like, I would say 99.9% of them hate the system. And, you know, when I look at the live stream, or not even the live stream, but when it was a little bit on the live stream, but also when I looked at the roundtable discussion that, you know, me, Nice, Lloyd, and Zyback had with Steven, you know, Steven did talk about like their philosophy and like how they can change their mind, and like kind of peeking behind the curtain on how they come to certain not situations, but some conclusions regarding feedback, which is, again, it's just so critical and important. This game's going to have to reduce the artificial restraints if it hopes to grow beyond the player base it has now. What do you mean by artificial restraints? Like, can you elaborate on that? Like, what artificial restraints are you referring to specifically? Oh man, there's Slate right there too. Video games, dude, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Hey, I am not ending stream anytime soon, just so you know. I just started stream, so wow. And of course, someone had to get here. And I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get this slate. Oh no, that's 10. There we go. Definitely need that. I believe in the dream, dude. I hope and pray to see you on here as full time and well-paid streamer, Ashes slash whatever. Your channel has something exceptional about it. I can't quite place. Well, dude, thank you so much, brother. That's the goal. Like I really believe in vision, and I really believe in like the affirmation and practice of like telling yourself like what you really want. And I feel like with enough dedication and with enough persistence, like, you know, I feel like I can do it, you know, but it's going to be, it's hard. You know, I've been doing this for over a year, but I was one of the very few content creators in this space to become Twitch partner just using the Ashes community. I'm not a variety MMO person. My channel is strictly Ashes of Creation. And the fact that I was able to literally not only get my watch hours, not only get my average viewers above 75 viewers for over 30 days, just using this community is very telling. You know what I mean? And I'm beyond grateful for that. You and Nice are my go-tos out of 10 or more channels I've scoped out. Don't tell Roar that. No, I appreciate it. I think, again, the one thing I love about our community is that, you know, just like TV, right? Like I am just a different channel than Nice. You know, we're all talking about the same thing. We all have like our personalities are very different, you know, to tune into. 54 gold. That's great. But I'm grateful for that. You know what I mean? Like, and there's some small niche communities, like go look at like the you know, the Mortal Online 2 streaming community, right? I mean, there's probably not much people you could watch, like let's say if you're a real fan of that game. And I'm really grateful that we do have like plenty of people in the Ashes space that are, I think, very cool to watch and very engaging to watch and fun. I don't feel like again, I've never really been I've never been a jokester, right? Like I'll never be like, let's say a burnt peanut. You know what I mean? Because I'm just not as witty and as like on the fly smart as he is. But I feel like I can have a genuine conversation with people. And I think honestly, like just having that quality is, I think, a really good thing, because I've seen so many streamers that can't fucking have a genuine conversation, not even with themselves, you know, but with their community. Like their community becomes very vitriolic towards the streamer. Because there's some streamers that really do try to cultivate a, I want to call it a cesspool, but to me it's very cesspoolish. It's very much like a, you're here because you agree with everything I say. And when you don't agree with me, then you're stupid. Like I hate that kind of streamer community. Like I am not afraid of people in my stream disagreeing with me. I really do. Not saying I prefer it or whatever, but I want you to be as genuine with me as I am with you. And there's going to be, we've had several people that have come in here that I don't agree with their opinion, and they may not agree with mine, but I'm going to be respectful. Like, because at the end of the day, we all are going to have difference of opinions when it comes to not only this MMO, but just things in general, gaming in general. But it's nice to hear that, you know what I mean? Like when stuff becomes so echo chambery, like if I really say something stupid, or if I really have a dumb idea, like, are you honestly not going to tell me that it's dumb? You know what I mean? Just because like, oh, you're like my favorite streamer to watch. Like I don't want that. You know what I mean? Like I want people to come in here to feel like, oh, this guy is like, you know, legit, you know, he's being a straight shooter with me. You know what I mean? That to me is, I think, the most important thing, because that's what I like in a streamer. Like when I go on to a streamer and I watch them, I get more compelled to watch them every single day, because I genuinely feel like I can have a dialogue with that person, right? Through disagreements and agreements, through both and thick and thin kind of thing. Do you know if they will implement typical wildlife for all different biomes? I'm missing standard neutral mobs. I believe so. There's still so much on the docket to do mob wise, in my opinion, because there's literally like the seasons are supposed to change mobs, right? You guys remember that when they did the seasonal showcase, like when it goes winter, the deer and everything were going to change color and stuff like that. Like we don't even have that in yet. But I feel like in general, mob types and mob differences and mob species, like we're still missing so much. Like, in my opinion, we're missing a lot, but it's alpha. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, if I were to compare what we currently have to the launch of New World, I think we're pretty okay, but we're definitely are missing a lot native to each biome. That is for sure. Let me see. Rogue is the greatest class, and it's okay that you're wrong and play fighter. Thank you. Great fucking example. I love Rogue. I think as someone who never cared for Rogue in World of Warcraft, I played Rogue in Ashes when it came out, and I'm like, wow, this is a pretty damn legit class. Like, I really, really, really like it. But I love fighter too. Like, I love warriors in WoW. Like, I played Free Warrior like off and on for a long period of time. That's like my class. But I've never really been like a rogue main. So it's really hard for me to like want to play that class, if that makes sense. How did you get that golem mount? I got this in the pre-order pack in 2021 in October. That's how I got it. Happy New Year, Vladis. I've been watching your videos and streams for the past year because of Ashes. I don't always agree with what you say, but I respect it. Dude, thank you, Joker. And that's all I care about, man. That's all I want. You know what I mean? I appreciate you come on, and if I say something you don't agree with, and the fact that you still stick around with me, I really do appreciate that. That makes me feel good, and I think it really strengthens the community overall. Because, you know, I like having discussions, and you know, there's been many times where I've talked to people in my guild that I've conceded my point because I was proven otherwise. Like, I've said this many times before, like, I've never been afraid to be wrong. I don't need to be that kind of streamer where I am some kind of authority figure because I'm a streamer and I'm infallible all of a sudden. Like, fuck that. No, I'm going to make mistakes, or I'm going to have opinions that I can hear an argument from and realize to myself, like, with enough fucking thought, yeah, that is a dumb opinion that I have, like, you know, and I change it, you know, just like any fucking human would. But I think what really has been so toxic in the Twitch community that I've seen for years are just streamers that have this kind of chip on their shoulder that think they could never, ever be wrong. And, you know, their opinion is just so the ultimate end decision that any questioning towards that opinion questions your whole existence as a human, kind of thing. And it just, I don't know, like, I don't like watching people like that. That's never really been something that I find compelling, you know, for content at all. Hold on, now that I'm trying to fish, I wouldn't compare it to New World. This game's honestly not even close to it yet. I feel like in many ways, like, New World was very, very, very bare bones when it comes to like content. But I feel like when it comes to, let's say, professions, I feel like New World was way more fleshed out profession wise than what Ashes is currently at right now. I feel like with, but there are certain things that New World has never done. Like, New World never did animal husbandry, right? There's still many things, even profession wise, that Ashes is doing that New World didn't even attempt. Because honestly, Ashes is just lunatics, and they're doing systems that not even AAA studios have attempted in a long ass fucking time. But yeah, it'll definitely get there. It's just gonna take time, right? Bro, 10 people fishing. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of people fishing right now. This spot I think is open for another, if I had to guess, like maybe 10 more minutes. Rogue / stealth classes are a lot of fun in the ESO played. Nightblade. The power of invisibility on the PvP is unreal. Hide, snipe, invis, close to the distance, execute. Yeah, no, like I said, rogue classes in general for a lot of people. I mean, I honestly, like, looking back at it, there was actually more hype around the rogue release than the summoner. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, now that I look back on it, I remember seeing so much more people wanting the rogue. And then when we finally got rogue, there was people asking for the summoner for sure. Like, don't get me wrong. But I feel like if we were to do hype levels, rogue was way hype compared to the summoner release, in my opinion. Like, I feel like summoner came out and it was just like, okay, finally we have all the classes, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Rogue is classic. I guess that's it. Yeah, no, for sure. It definitely is. A lot of sweaty nerds want to go and visit and gang people. Well, I mean, think rogue in an MMORPG is just a classic fantasy. It's like a knight, right? Like, it's like a warrior, right? But summoner, to me, I think it's not saying it's like a new archetype, but it kind of is in the grand scheme of like what you think of like the typical archetype of an MMORPG or just like an RPG in general. So yeah, like when it comes to rogues are just insanely popular. They just are. And, you know, like again, looking, what the hell? My fish is literally on land. What is going on here? Intrepid, fix your game. What's going on here? I don't want my fish to die. It's just literally going back into the land. I hope it doesn't bug out, man. Oh, God. Can I pull it in? Oh, Jesus. Sorry, guys. Wait, I landed a critical catch. Oh, no. Bro, if it's inside, I'm going to be so mad. Okay. So weird. Well, alpha be alpha, right? Fair point. I'm not the best gamer like some of you sweats. I use the cheap rogue to gain advantage whenever possible. Yeah, no, I get that. Sorry, let me get my fish and... There we go. Let me see how much time is left. 8 minutes. All right, I can get 2 more fish for sure. Summoner's a really weird class. I would say in the grand scheme of things, like it is definitely a kind of a weird class. It's a more newer archetype. I mean, again, I am more of a fan of a necromancer. You know, like summoner to me, like when I hear just a basic summoner, that usually doesn't get me excited too much. But I'm really curious once I go summoner cleric and what that augment's going to do to literally provide the necromancer feel. And believe me, if you look at Ashes of Creation in the sense of whatchamacallit, the monsters that are out there in the world, like there's skeletons, there's reapers, there's skeletal mages, and I think to myself, oh my god, if I can have those as fucking summons, like, are you kidding me? Like, that's what I think of in my head. Like, or imagine like converting your tank pet into the fucking graveyard golem, like as a necromancer. Are you fucking serious? Like, yeah, sign me the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like that to me is like what gets me excited about summoner, is like shit like that. But I guess I don't want to like oh my god, here he goes in that stupid island again. I guess I just don't want to overhype myself about certain things, and then it doesn't pan out the way I thought of it in my head, and then I get disappointed. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. Let me see. I can only remember playing Summoner and Ragnarok and 4-story. I think Steven nailed it. Summoners are so good in AOC. Yeah, I have not played Summoner yet because I really want to play Summoner when it's more fleshed out. Like maybe I think I'm going to probably try Summoner when we get potentially like the secondary augments and we have the new talent trees. Like I think that'll be a good time for me to play the Summoner for a first time look, basically. Because right now, like I said, I haven't really played Summoner. Like I literally played it for level 1. Like I'm not even joking. And so I played it level 1. I did like the main ability or whatever. And then I was like thinking to myself, oh shit, I really just need to not play this class. And then I just logged off and I deleted the character. And this was during like the PTR, like when Summoner was like being tested in PTR. So I was like, I didn't want to, I don't know. I just like, because Summoner could actually be a main for me. And I've said this before, but I really don't want to ruin my first time experience. You know, what about the skeletal armor giant? Those giant models are sick, dude. All the giant models are sick. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean. Like I want to see first, like what Intrepid plans to do for the Necromancer, because I feel like Necromancer could be that one class in Ashes Just like there's other classes too that I feel like can really be standout. With the 64 class system, it really does have so much fucking potential to entice a bunch of new players with. Because if they go basic early on with like the flavor stuff that we've kept on talking about for many years, it probably won't entice too many. But if their goal, like if their actual vision is to make them individual classes like down the road, but they need to actually get to the point of releasing something, you know, for launch, that to me would be the ultimate goal, is to do that. Like have it all, like get all the augments done, get all the schools done, get all the basic ways to augment shit, and then have the goal end up being to where when you actually do create your class, it is actually truly different than the base class. Because my fear is that there isn't going to be enough not enough difference between a necromancer and a summoner. Like, you're still a summoner, right? Like, because the summoner is the base class of a necromancer. But if you were to compare like the summoner class to the necromancer, ain't really too much different. And I think if that's the case, then I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed. So they have a very heavy order to fulfill when it comes to the secondary augment system. And this has been the very system that I've been so critical on, so anti 64 class system. I've been this way for many, many, many years. I've never changed my opinion on this until they prove me wrong. Like I said this to Steven to his face during our interview, my one-on-one interview with him in October. I just feel like I wish they would have gone basic with it instead of doing this 64 class system. But you know, we'll see. I could be proven wrong, and I hope to God that I am, because I do really want this class system to work. I just fear that it won't. At least it won't work in the way that players thought in their heads it would work, if that makes any sense. Because we've seen so much from you know, feedback over the years, and how, you know, we thought, oh, they're going to be individual classes. Now they're just going to be sort of like flavor changes of the base class. And I'm like, well, is that really going to be enough for players to be impressed by or enticed by? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Again, we just have to see it. Like, I want to see it. I want to play it. I want to see their vision when it comes to it, and leave feedback according to their vision, and see how we can improve it and make it the best system we can possibly make it for launch. But then once we make it a launch, you know, if it is kind of like the way I think it is in my head, I'm going to be leaving feedback to, well, what does the 2.0 version look like of augments? Like, where do we go now? Now that we've started down this road, where are we going? Right. And that to me is like my feedback on the system, because I do want that system to succeed. Polar Mare has been using their summon on the ground to corrupt people while he flies out of reach, remains out of reach. Yeah. Like I said, a lot of crap has been going on regarding like baiting of corruption, circumventing of corruption. There we go. Got him. And I'm making a video. That video believes will come out on the 30th of January. Is the whole like corruption, flagging, exploiting, and, you know, just the issues, the kinks in the armor of the flagging system and the corruption system in general, and ways to improve it. I talked about it yesterday on my stream, so if you wanted to get like a little sneak peek of that video, I would definitely highly recommend to go watch yesterday's stream, because I did talk about my concept for that video and the things and that I have in place to like fix the flagging system and also fix the corruption system. So I wrote a big document about it, but haven't done a video yet. Well, if you've done a big document, man, the best thing I would say too is like leave that document feedback. Oh, wow. Is there going to be another one in the same spot? Hell yeah. I'm going to come back here. Almost got 4 gold. So with here, I should definitely have 5 gold. And yeah, I need to make gold, man. Like, so how many lures do I got now? 1 left. I'll just have to buy lures at the harbor. I'm not going to go all the way to Maryland. Fuck that. Let me see. It's on the Discord feedback section, but it's more than 5 words, so most people don't read it. Oh, bro, I read fucking essays on there. I've read essays on Reddit too. Again, it doesn't really matter to me if a person reads it. What matters to me is that the dev reads it. And I can guarantee you Roshan is very, very adamant about compiling feedback for his developers. So, yeah. I mean, literally, like, that's why I tell people all the time, you know, to leave feedback, because this is literally one of the companies, you know, we always asked in the gaming community, man, like, why are these devs not playing their own game? Why aren't they listening to our feedback? Well, this is the fucking company to actually do the thing, because they do. So I always try my best to like express that to people, because I know people have been so jaded with these other AAA companies that don't give two rat shits about your feedback on anything. And Ashes is definitely, again, not that company. So yeah, link it to me, man. I would love to read it. I may have read it already, depending on the article, but true, I mostly wrote a guide thing of how new players should think about flagging, because it's not really flagging, it's a punishment slash state system. Well, in my opinion, like, I would love the option to go purple, like, without having to hit someone, like, not as the default thing, but an option to just flag myself if I want to. But the way it kind of works now, where I have to like flag to then hit someone, then I go purple, like, I'm fine with that, but I would really love an option. Yeah, extra options. Because I think it'd be really nice to have the ability to be purple and have like extra benefits, basically. Like, think of like the settlement boons that you get for just being a citizen of a settlement. Like, imagine if you had just these extra perks for being flagged as a combatant. Like, I really do think we can live in a world where you can see a purple player run by and you're not going to kill them, or you're not going to want to attack them. You know what I mean? Like, but I feel like we're such in this, like, a PvE stated mindset right now, where we don't want to be griefed because of like materials or because of like farming or whatever. But I mean, isn't that kind of like what we signed up for, right? Like, isn't that the pitch we've heard for many, many years, that this is a PvX game? And the fact that people are trying to PvP in this really contrived, fucked up kind of way, you know, says a lot about its current flagging system and the kind of flaws that are in it, right? And even the corruption system to an extent as well. So we literally have to like talk about these things and find solutions, and you know, say the frustrating things to the devs, provide potential solutions for the system, and, you know, see what they say, and see what the dialogue is between, you know, Steven during the live streams. The one thing I really do appreciate about Steven is that he really does mention a lot of the hot topics in the community during those live streams, especially even prior to the Q&A part at the end of live streams, and then during the Q&A sometimes. Like, he'll talk about, like, I've seen many people, you know, talk about, like, remember when TTK was the hot topic? He would rant and go on about like all this stuff they're trying to do for TTK and all the changes they're going to be planning on doing, and like when that's going to happen, and when hopefully those patches are going to occur. And, you know, and I feel like with certain things, like right now with corruption baiting, or, you know, with unintentional flagging, you know, that's another hot topic that people are talking about. Another hot topic is the phishing botting thing that's happening right now, right? There's a lot of like on the nose topics right now that people are like very much talking about. WoW's war mode, I mean, to an extent, right? But WoW's war mode like only puts you in a state where you can only see other people that are in war mode. Like Ashes, I don't want Ashes to be that way. Like, Ashes has always pitched to be on a persistent server where you can see everybody. There's no sharding or instancing of anything. Like, everybody, you can see everybody on your server and only your server. And I like that. That's a very big appeal. But I think it's more of the matter that we got to start figuring out the flaws in the corruption system and the flagging system, which I think many people have already, but also trying to provide solutions, you know, and everybody's solutions are going to be different, right? I'm not saying we're all going to, we probably could form a consensus of like actually like seeing like, okay, this is, we can all agree that this one change would actually be really good. This other change could be debatable or whatever, but we do have to provide solutions. That to me is like very, very, very important, because, you know, this system is bad. Okay, well, what's bad to about it? It's just bad. Like, if are you fucking kidding me? Wow. Did you see that? Holy shit. Damn. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna die or something now. I feel like I'm gonna die or something. Oh, look at this guy. I'm trying to sports fish on ocean, but I think it's bugged. What you think? I don't know if it is or isn't. I've never done the saltwater fishing before, but yeah. I missed it. What happened? I just hit a small slate node and got 2 legendary 10 from a small slate node. I wasn't even gonna get it. I was literally gonna run past. I was like, it's slate. I was like, let me get it. But I was like, what the fuck? That's the second legendary I've gotten so far in this entire phase of early access. My first legendary was 5 basalt, and now this new one is 2 legendary 10. Wow. Fucking wild. I can definitely sell that. I think I am going to sell that for sure. 39 silver, 35 silver. Come on. 48 levels of mining. Got my first legendary last night. Yeah, dude. Like I said, legendaries like have been actually legendary. It's been so nice, huh, Vale? Sorry, Resna default reaction. I don't doubt it, man. Oof, I might not be subbing next month. Just bought a new PC. Oh man, that's awesome, man. Well, congratulations. Love your content. Glad to catch you live. Well, sick dude. It's awesome to have you, brother. Welcome, and happy New Year, by the way. I hope you have a great and safe 2026, man. I'm really excited for this year. I feel like this year, I don't know, like I just have like a really good feeling for this year. Like I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. I can't place it, but I just feel like good things are gonna happen. So got a new ultra wide coming tomorrow. Fuck, dude, what kind? Is it like an Alienware one, or like what is it, like a I've seen some really good ones, but I'm curious as to which ones you got. RAM is so expensive. Oh, bro, it's like a graphics card at this point, right? Samsung G9, nice, dude. That's really cool. Saltwater fishing hasn't been bugged for me. Not like freshwater was. Yeah, I have an Alienware 1080p 1 second millisecond. Like it's a really nice monitor. So basically that was like one lure. Or now I'm back here. I'm going to put I want to put this over here for right now until I figure out what I want to do with it. Storage. I think everything else is okay. It's not like everything else is not totally like it's whatevs. I'm just gonna put that legendary stuff right there. My girlfriend might also kill me if she sees the bill. Ooh. Well, brother, you gotta talk finances. Well, I mean, she's your girlfriend, she's not your wife. I'm so used to talking finances with my wife all the time, but girlfriends, you know what I mean? It depends, I guess, on how serious. Like if you've been with her for a long period of time, maybe you should have. But in my opinion, if you've never talked finances with her before, then it's kind of none of her business. You know what I'm saying? She's basically my wife. Okay, well then you should have fucking talked to her, dude. Cause yeah, oh, I thought he was gonna get that slate. I was like, no, I want it. Um, yeah, so I'll tell you a story. So one of my friends, he bought a car. And not just any car. He bought a Lexus. Now, mind you, he's not rich. So to make the matters even worse, they had a joint account together. They have each other's credit cards. I'm trying to get the story correct before, like, I'm trying to think. And she was basically lied to by him, because instead of running his credit for the car, they ran hers. And long story short, he comes home and surprises her with it. And let's just say that they're no longer together. It was one of the things that I told my friend. I'm like, dude, you don't do stuff like that. But to be honest with you, he's an only child. And I hope just by saying that, you'll understand the kind of mindset he has. And so I have siblings. I have multiple siblings. And I think you become a different breed of human when you are raised as an only child comparatively to people that are raised with families with other siblings. So yeah. I mean, I think most people have to learn the hard way. And, you know, and I told him, I was like, this is you learning the hard way, man. Because I don't think even if he called me or called like any of his other friends, like I don't think we would have been able to talk him out of anything. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. I feel like being a villain for a night, going to AV and Zen to see if I can get some free crates. Ooh, you're gonna be that dastardly deed, that dirty Dan on the server. Gotcha. I promised I wouldn't waste any more of my money on Warhammer. I didn't say anything about more DDR. Hey, as long as you're being truthful, right? It's all it's what you're doing. To an extent. But yeah, it's just one of those things that I've never really been afraid to talk finances with my wife, just because I've never been that kind of person to want anything. Like I've always been very content with what I have. I've never been that kind of person to constantly be chasing the upgrade or chasing like the new shiny thing. I literally had, I'm not even joking with you, my phone that I have right here is a Samsung S25. Did you know what I had before this phone that I upgraded to? I had the Samsung S10. I had that S10 for fucking ever. And it worked. It literally fucking worked. The S8, oh yeah, like that's what I mean. Like I never needed to upgrade because my phone was still working. I literally bought a new battery for my S10, which kept it going another year. But I got to the point where, you know, Samsung and Apple do this stupid ass thing now where they purposefully push updates to your phone to purposefully waste battery, because they're trying to get you to feel like your phone doesn't last. You need to buy a new phone, you know, buy a new phone basically. And again, and Apple, and it's been literally proven through court that Apple has done this. But we also have found out that it's not only Apple, it's definitely Samsung too. My man, I have an S10 Plus. That's what I had. Mine was an S10 Plus. It was with the edge screen on the side. It is a damn good phone. Let me see. I never had a new vehicle and it was bigger than my whole family. Oh, dang. Had it since 2019. But it was on my name and my credit. Yeah. Like I said, I think if you're going to buy an expensive thing like that, you definitely need to talk to your partner, you know. 100%. Let me see, my friend had to buy a new phone because Telstra is disabling phones below Android 10. What? That's wild. I mean, honestly, like I don't like that shit. Because I would still dude, I had so much stuff on my S10, and now like I'm learning the S25 because I literally just got this phone. And again, it's still a Samsung. It's an S, you know, it's one of the S series, right? But it's just so different than my S10. And I'm just getting used to like the new changes to the OS. Because that to me was like the hard part in figuring out. Let me see. Do you know how some of these players are running around on a super fast Lion? So Protector's Pride is the fastest mount in the game. It's like 175% speed. Most servers have that because it's literally a singular spawn that has a chance for the mount to drop. Good luck trying to kill that thing because there's a lot of guilds and a lot of people that have that particular spawn on lock. Oh wow, so it's still fucking going. Perfect. So yeah, people are literally like almost 24/7 killing that spawn to get that mount. And they're also selling that mount for ridiculous prices. I think I saw someone, you know, on my server selling that mount for 75 gold. I mean, I wouldn't pay 75 gold. I mean, dude, you can get a broodling that's like 10% less speed. That's like 8 gold, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't need like the best of the best, but that's how people are doing it. Happy New Year. I have 2 questions. Where is a good place to level for 7? And are daggers even good? Daggers are good. But if you're asking like as a rogue player, are daggers good? I would say you probably want to get a 2-handed axe. 2-handed axe right now is the best melee weapon in the game because of the talent tree. So I would rather you level the best weapon, you know, off the rip than do that. But if you're not really playing for optimization or mid-maxing, yeah, daggers are great. There's nothing physically wrong with them. They just don't do as much damage. But I mean, they're fucking cool and they're fast. Let me see. Telco here had a bug where we couldn't dial 000 or 911 for you guys. So phones before a certain point are getting disabled. That's crazy. That's literally crazy. Let me see. People are duping it. Well, and again, duping is one of those things that Intrepid is going to have to figure out all the different ways that players are duping. Because I believe at this certain point in being in Alpha 2 for over a year, they've literally fixed several major dupes. And this is probably like dupe number 9 at this point. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, but it happens, right? Because there's new systems that get introduced. There's code that gets mingled into some existing systems that end up falling apart, or some cracks form in existing systems, especially with storage. And so, you know, shit is going to get broken. Players are going to figure it out, and they're not going to tell Intrepid off the rip. They're going to try to do shit. But this is where Intrepid has back-end systems where they can see, oh, wow, like, why is this thing being duplicated? Or why is we seeing this ID tag like repeatedly when we know that this is something that is supposed to be rare, right? Like, how are they doing this, right? So there's like an investigation that's being done in the back end, right? So, but right now, I think the reasoning why a lot of shit is going underneath the radar is because 98% of their studio is on holiday break. So again, we faced this same thing in phase 2 of December of last year, because we were experiencing a lot of different server malfunctions and you know, issues and bugs and dupes and just pretty much fucking everything. And nothing really got resolved until they came back on break. So that's why I kept on telling people yesterday and the day before that don't expect anything to really happen until probably the week after they come back. So probably the week of the 12th. So the 5th they come back, on the 12th you'll probably get like a pretty big major update, or we'll get a pretty big major update regarding like the game and fixing certain things and fleshing out systems, or, you know, whatever. You know, it's probably gonna be a big patch of just a bunch of bug fixes again. So yeah, keep up for that. How much do you think the Frail Runner is worth? I would say a flow runner is probably going to be worth anywhere between 10 to like 50 gold. It's going to depend per server. It's going to depend per individual. Because I believe the flail runner is 170% speed, if I'm not mistaken. Because Protector's Pride is 175. And I believe the flail runner is 170, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. I heard the lion was being duped, but I guess I don't know for sure. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know for sure either, right? Like, I don't have any proof. And again, that's what always happens. Like, when it comes to the duping thing, players aren't going to start like expressing, oh, like this is an issue or this is something clearly fucking happening, because they want to take advantage of that as much as possible. Big guilds have done this, medium guilds have done this, small guilds have done this. But I think if they're wanting it to feel worth of their account, because once that shit gets figured out, I mean, those people are going to have action taken against them. But I also feel like too, with the leniency of these other guilds that have had slaps on the wrist, that's why these smaller and, medium-sized guilds feel more compelled to do these things, because it's like, well, you didn't really do much punishing with them, so you're really probably not going to do much of it, any kind of punishing to us, which really sucks. And I think that's where I just disagree with Intrepid, because I wish they were more heavy-handed on the clear like abusing of things and not reporting, and basically just keeping it like open for everybody. It's not a good look. You know what I mean? It really isn't. It's not a good look for anyone. And it doesn't feel good for the people that are trying to protect the sanctity of the testing by doing things in a natural stated environment, when there's literally abnormal things occurring that are interrupting the natural flow of the ecosystem, right? Like, I think that's what really bothers people, especially a lot of testers. I submit a report and I can dupe the ships, but it doesn't let you launch them. Yeah, I mean, like I said, and it's all a matter of like figuring all that shit out. Like, we really do have to figure out all those things like as quickly as possible, because I don't want any of that shit to stay in the game, like, at all. How does it say you landed a critical catch and the fish is still like, what the? Oh, dang. It actually went in my boat. Thought I bought lures. Oh, okay. I was like, what happened? There we go. Finding the exploits is fine, and intentionally looking for them is what we want, but keeping them hidden and abusing them is some BS. No, 100%, dude. And I'm also, oh, damn, I found a fish real quick. And I'm also doing everything I can to win myself a cool bug mount. Bro, I would love a bug mount. I would love one. But yeah, like it's annoying for sure. Like, don't get me wrong, but I am glad that those guilds are so sweaty to try some really ridiculous things. Like, I remember looking at the process to duplicate into phase 2 with one of the duplication bugs, and I'm thinking to myself, how the fuck did they figure that out? Like, that seems like a very convoluted way to like, hey, like, it's like the old Super Nintendo trick, right? The, what is it? Up, down, left, right, A, B, select, start kind of thing. Like, you just don't stumble upon that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, to me, it's just really weird, like, how people just figure out like how to do like certain things. Like, hey, you have to open up your storage and then go to like your second tab, click on the third icon, and then you're going to log out. And then when you log back in, you're going to hold the up button and then click on your storage again, and then go to your first tab, put something in there, log out again. It's like, wait, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, dude. It seems so wild to me. But I mean, these people do it and they figure it out. So, I mean, it's, good on them. Like, it's just, I think, people are being very competitive in this test, which really spurs the use of exploiting, because there's this feeling from people that want to feel like on top. They want to feel superior. They want to feel better. And again, like that's a good thing to have in a test like this, because if everybody felt or felt like I don't give a shit, it's just a test, like this isn't real anyway, then I feel like we wouldn't really be getting much testing data or much like bug slash duplicating data as much as we are. I feel like the reason why we are getting these dupes like every single time really is because of the kind of sweaty people that are playing this game 24 fucking 7, and they're just very competitive, right? Like that's literally what it is. Do you know anything about the Kraken's belly? I do not know. I have no idea. Right now, I think the Kraken in the tropics still isn't in yet. I feel like that probably will be the next major world boss that does get released. I think actually there's going to be several world bosses that will be released come next year or this year. Can't say next year anymore. This year, and probably this quarter maybe. I feel like we're going to get some more world bosses in the anvils and also in the tropics. Speedrunner type bugs. There are some real dedicated acoustics in that space. Yeah, no, for sure, man. For sure. Hey, yo, Vladis, happy New Year, brother. Will sports fishing pop up on the map, or do you have to walk by it and see the birds? So it won't pop up. Like if you're literally right here, it won't show you the icon. Like you literally have to kind of be near it for you to be able to see the icon, which kind of sucks. Like I'm just going to be honest with you. Like I don't know if that's intentional or not. And I'm not saying that you should be in Marilith and see the sports fishing event that's happening in Jova. But I honestly feel like if you're in the Jova ZOI, like you should be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm in the Jova ZOI and there's a sports fishing event happening in Marilith near Carfin, I shouldn't be able to see that because I'm nowhere near that. But if I'm in the Joa's ZOI, like I should be able to fucking see it. And I think that's where I don't like I'm going to do a feedback video on freshwater sports fishing. Like, and just kind of give my thoughts on the system, like after me playing it for a while and kind of just get all the stuff out that the things I like about the system, the things I don't like the system, things I would like to have changed. But yeah, like there's just some numerical things. Like I think having left and right hit for 1 damage is really dumb. I think 10 should be literally the minimum. And even 10 is super low. Like 10 isn't really going to do much of anything either. But just seeing the number 1, I don't know, for some reason just doesn't really do anything to me. Like it makes me feel like shit. It like this too, like every single thing that I just see 1, 1, 1, 1, like basically all I'm waiting for is an up and a down. And to me, I want this Simon Says game to be more exciting. I want there to feel like there's combos that I can do, right? In a way, I want there to feel like there's maybe an extra action button that I could hit to like, you know, stun the thing or do some like big damage to it or something. Just a little bit more interactive. I would actually like the fishing poles to have some kinds of like bonuses on them as well regarding freshwater and saltwater sports fishing. But yeah, I mean, I would say as like a first pass iteration, I mean, it works, right? And it does feel good. Don't get me wrong. I really do like the system. I think the system is fun, but I feel like it has so much more potential to be even better. And the other thing I think that everybody was probably waiting for me to say is you should not need to fucking go in the water and get your fish. Like that to me is one of the dumbest parts of this whole system. Like I despise that part a lot. Having to literally go in the water and get my fish is just not something that I enjoy doing literally at all. There we go. Another critical catch. Let's go, brother. Let's go. I personally know a bug where you can stick a 3-star beetle behind a pillar and let your 1 or 2 party members kill it. It's a level 20-ish, and I was getting 15 to 16. I was a level 15 to 16, getting 80k XP a kill. Holy moly, dude, that's insane. Yeah, like that's I reported it. Yeah, that's wild, man. And again, it's those things that we need to not only figure out how can we replicate it, and then how do we fix it, right? So I think finding those things out is like really, really, really important. And I don't even care if you did it for like a little bit just to make sure that it worked, you know? And then you're just like, okay, I'm not gonna do it no more, report it, and then move on, right? But I think, you know, and we've seen this from other guilds, is like, oh no, some of them even reported it and then also just kept fucking doing it. Like, that's what I never understood. And then like, how would you even call Steven your friend? Like, that was the other thing I never understood. Like, oh, Steven's a close friend of mine. You take advantage of your friends? What? I don't take advantage of my friends. Like, that to me is an abuse of their friendship. Like, that's, again, I to each their own, whatever. But I don't, no friend of mine has ever done that shit to me, because I don't think a friend would actually do shit like that. It's a 3-star mob. Is that in the desert? Or where is that? I'm curious, because there's been a lot of issues with mobs in the desert, especially bugging through like objects and shit. Summoner is so fun. I heard about Classic Plus dropping. Is that another version of Classic? I have not heard of Classic Plus in WoW. Oh my god, another Revidium right there. Let's go, brother. I'm gonna get that one there too before I head out. No, I have not even heard of Classic Plus. But to be totally honest with you, I have not kept up with any fucking WoW news. I've been so entangled right now in World of Warcraft that I have not even bothered to look at World of Warcraft type shit. It's in the desert. Yeah. Okay. I figured. Who are we talking about, or is this in general? No, I'm talking about certain people. I'm not saying their names or whatever, but there's certain people in those big guilds that called Steven like, oh, I'm Steven's friend, right? And so I think that that's not something you would do to a friend, is basically lie to them. And especially when Steven has said to please don't abuse the bugs, please don't do these things, report it to us. And then once you report it to us, please do not like replicate those things again. And then those people end up doing exactly what Steven said not to do. You know what I'm saying? You see, I can't get into Classic. It's like starting all over from 2004. Not my cup of tea. I feel like, you know, Classic to me, you know, because I've done it. What's the excitement there for me? Like reliving nostalgia only gets me so far, because there's so much reality in vanilla WoW that I just don't like anymore. Like, I don't like, and the other reality to me is I fucking done it. I don't need to redo it. And I think that's why Ashes has so much appeal for me, because Ashes has that vanilla feel, right? That old school MMORPG feel, but it's all new. You know, and it's all the new content that's be coming out I've never done before either. And that to me is why like Ashes just has more of appeal to me, because it has a brand new coat of paint with like Unreal Engine 5, beautiful graphics, beautiful mounts, pretty damn good classes right now. And the I think we have a pretty damn good company, you know, too. Like Intrepid does really remind me of like the old school Blizzard. You know what I mean? Like old school Blizzard really did listen. Like, you know, say what you want about Ghostcrawler, but Ghostcrawler I think was a really good lead developer for World of Warcraft. I didn't always agree with him, but the fact that he was able to have an open dialogue with the players about systems and about their philosophies was really fucking good. And that's what I always respected about him, is that even though I may have disagreed with him, the fact that I knew what was happening inside their brain and they can talk about it was just awesome. And then just stop fucking doing that. Skies, dude, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. And welcome to the stream. Welcome. Polar's cancer changed my mind. I love the crafting system is amazing. Are you guys talking about the guild in Resna? I am basically talking about just some of the big major guilds. Some of them, you know, back in the past, like fell apart or whatever. But you know, I'm not here to point fingers. It's just to me, like I don't like scummy behavior, and all I'm saying is that if you call someone a friend, then don't abuse their friendship. That's all I'm saying. Let me see. I said the same thing to my friend. You are chasing nostalgia. Game is too slow for me. We're already done. Well, that's what I mean too, right? Like, and I feel like the classic WoW combat to me just isn't compelling. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if we're talking about levels 1 through 30 or levels 1 through 40, it is the most brain dead combat, especially for a tap target player. At level 8 or 12 in Ashes, I can have a way better and more fulfilling rotation than I won't even have until like level 50 in classic WoW. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't, like I don't want to be there for 40 levels hitting 2 buttons. Like, I'm sorry. But again, and I understand that was like the classic way of doing things, but I love how we're getting like the classic feel in Ashes, but we're also getting like the modernization of class design. You know what I'm saying? Because that to me was always like what I always wanted was like, I wanted the old school feel with like a modern class design approach to an old school feel MMORPG. And Ashes literally fucking has that for me. Like, it's so good. Ghostcrawler is very transparent, whether you liked it or not. But that's what you need to understand why they do it. By the way, good luck on him. In that new studio. Yeah, Ty, like I would say that, you know, again, Ghostcrawler made some really dumb decisions for World of Warcraft. Again, I didn't agree with everything that they did, you know what I mean? But the fact that he was able to talk about it, provide a dialogue with it, explain their reasonings for it was something I always appreciated, because, you know, it always sucks when, you know, especially later, right? When Blizzard started to make changes, and they would never fucking explain why. Like, and it was like some decisions they made was so out of fucking left field that you're just like, what are they doing? Like, do they play their own game? Like, that's where these statements literally came from, was because Blizzard were making really dumbass decisions that they never properly explained to the community. Sorry, I think my daughter's awake. Here, give me 1 second, chat. I'm gonna go check on her. One second, real fast. All right, sorry about that. My wife's taking care of it. Why did I log out in Jova? Stuck on Q. Oh, brother. Yeah, I never log out in Jova. Going from retail to classic again is so slow using one spell and wondering. Bro, you're telling me using like Shadowbolt, Shadowbolt, Shadowbolt. Oh shit, I have no mana. Wand. I'm sorry, bro. It's just like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, again, I did it because back in 2004, that shit was fucking amazing. In 2025, I'm sorry, bro. It's pretty fucking brain dead. And even in like end game rating in vanilla, like it's still very brain dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still very much like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, what is going on? I don't know. Again, I think the people that play classic, you know, understand what they're getting themselves into. For me, Like personally for me, like I just don't need to relive it again. And Roar was playing classic with Wagsy and some of the other folks that we were playing with in WoW. I don't have it in me to do it. I just don't. Like I'm honestly just having so much fun playing Ashes right now. Like any time that I have to spare to gaming has literally all been towards Ashes right now. Like I haven't played Last Epoch, I haven't played Path of Exile, I haven't played World of Warcraft. Actually, I canceled my World of Warcraft subscription. So I don't have it. But you see, yeah, Endgame is like Shuttle Bolt and hey, I'm let's live tap and repeat. Yeah, like dude, Warlock in Classic is just so atrocious to me. Like the whole life tapping and mana being like even in endgame rage just such an issue. And I don't know, man. It's just I just don't like that gameplay. And again, Ashes has mana problems too, right? But you have bards, right? You have things that circumvent the mana issue. There's also gear you can get to like increase your mana pool. And even as a fighter, I have blood fusion that gets me back mana. So I have things, and I have like refreshing follow through. So it does make it nicer. I like the fact that in Ashes, they actually have a really good balance of being able to use mana, but also having mana matter, but also having mana to where it isn't an issue in sustained combat. Like I really do like that. And have you played with a shitty bard compared to a really good bard? Bro, you'll notice the fucking difference real quick. Just saying. I played WoW in Guild Wars 2 currently. Play way more WoW because of my friends play it, but Guild Wars 2 has great combat system. I love people able to weapon switch in combat. That's huge for me. What the fuck? Where am I going? I played Guild Wars 2 from 1 to level 30. I'm not a fan of the weapon switching personally in that game. I'm more of a fan of classes and abilities that are linked to the class, not to the weapon. That's just me personally. That's why I never could get into New World, as an example. New World to me was just not my game because, you know, you had 3 abilities in one weapon, another 3 abilities in another weapon, and that's it. You know what I mean? And I never cared for that kind of an MMO. And then when Steven said that he wasn't a fan of that either, I was like, oh, thank God. I feel like a lot of new MMOs are just going in that direction where, you know, you're kind of classless and your weapon is the class, like Throne of Liberty is doing that. And I hate that. I hate that. Like I am more of like, I want my class to be where all my abilities come from. Like, and I, you know, and again, the whole, like you having any weapon in Ashes of Creation, I think is really great too. My hope is that the talent trees for the weapons become way more specific and fleshed out to where there's actual choice in the matter, and it's not just, oh, pick this one weapon. And I think at the end of the day, it probably will end up being that. Let's just be fucking honest. Because if we're listening to like any kind of a guide or a YouTuber, you know, and even if they make very good individualistic talent trees, it's usually always going to boil down to like 1 or 2 weapons, right? Oh, for this class, you're going to want to pick like the 2-handed mace or do the 1-handed sword and shield because of these certain passives that you get from the bonus. And you're going to do more damage because of speed and because of this, because of that, dexterity, yada, yada. But I just hope that those differences are minimal. Like, that's what I hope. Because the one thing I can honestly say too about retail WoW now is that if you look at the variance in like specs and like rating, when it comes to like the best spec and the worst spec, the variance has gotten really fucking good in retail WoW now. Like you literally like honestly don't feel like playing one spec is just so far below another. You know what I'm saying? So I hope Ashes can actually do something like that for weapons. Okay, do you like MMOs with race class difference, like racials? Does that appeal to you? I wish Ashes was like with racial traits. So Ashes is going to have that, but the difference is they're not. So if you create a character in Ashes of Creation, do you know the background section? Backgrounds, those are going to be the racials. The difference is that you'll literally be able to pick whatever racial you want from and be on any race. So you're not going to be race locked into a racial. Like, oh, if you want to be like the best ranger, you have to play a Renkai because of the races. That's not going to happen. You can have the Renkai racial as a human. Like, that's the beauty of the background system, is the fact that you're going to have all 9 available backgrounds for all 9 races, and you can pick any background from any race. Like, that to me, because race should be entirely cosmetic. It should be entirely what you want to play. Like, if you want to play a human, fuck it, play a human, man. Like, you shouldn't have to be barred to play a human because the racial is so good. And again, that's what Ashes is doing. Ashes is literally making it to where you can play whatever race you want and also have whatever racial you want. Oh, that's a sick idea for racials. Actually, I do like the constellation leveling too. That was a neat system. Yeah, basically. Oh shit! I already caught something. Oh wow, my fish is. I missed that real fast. Sorry. Let me concentrate for 2 seconds. When is the next dev stream? I'm so excited for the new I would say probably on the 30th of January. So usually there's like always a long period between the December live stream and the January live stream, because they're trying to get as much time, to have something to talk about. Because I feel like I didn't even know they were going to do a December 19th live stream, to be honest with you. Like, they kind of said that, I was like, wait, what? Because they had a live stream on December 9th, right? Like, so we had 2 December live streams technically. So I wouldn't assume we wouldn't have a January live stream until like literally the very end of January. I'd say a good barometer is look at whatever the last Friday is of January, or look at the last day of January and seeing what day that is. I'm pretty sure that's when the live stream will happen. Half races basically. It's not really half races. It's just the fact that you're still going to have the entire racial. It's just you're not locked to the race. Like, and believe me, coming from World of Warcraft, I fucking hated that. Like, I want to play an orc in WoW, but trolls had such a good fucking racial, and it's like I hated the troll model. I fucking hated it. But if you're telling me that I can literally play an orc and have the troll racial, bro, yeah, hell yeah. It should be your choice. And again, I really love the philosophy in Ashes where everything is your choice, right? Like, that to me is, I think, a really, really, really good decision. I'm getting really scared because this shit is getting too far from me. I got locked way the hell over there. Oh, okay, makes sense. Yeah, I mean, like I said, like in Ashes, everything is your choice, right? Like, whatever race you want, whatever weapon you want, whatever class you want. And so I think keeping with those decisions, especially with racials, because racials to me were always like a very contested topic, even in World of Warcraft, right? If you're Alliance and you were playing a priest, like, and you didn't have Fear Ward, like, you were just doing it wrong. Like, if you were playing a priest and you did not pick dwarf, like, you were just trolling. But it's like, what if you didn't want to play a dwarf? What if you wanted to be a night elf? You can't play night elf because Fear Ward is that good. Like, give me a break. What the hell? Jeez. Is there like 2 events happening here or what? 11:55. Is this like happening like the whole time? Like, what's going on? Is this like bugged or what? Like, how are there 2 simultaneous fishing events? Like, one says use chum to entice the feed. It's like, I'm really curious if like there's going to be another event after this. I hope they come out with some WoW Classic 40-man rating, everything non-instance in this is non-inst. Oh shit. Sorry. Gotta concentrate real fast. So yes, I would say when it comes to there probably is going to be, or there will be definitely world bosses that you'll have, like you'll need a full party of 40 to basically kill. But I think the more impertinent topic for a lot of PvE raiders is there going to be an instanced 40-man raid in Ashes of Creation? I would say no for now, because Steven, and as much as I understand that he says like, hey, look, we're not trying to appease the market of World of Warcraft or whatever. But in my opinion is, you can have an instance 40-man raid. Just because you have an instance raid doesn't mean, just because you have that thing doesn't mean it has to be the thing in Ashes of Creation. It can just be a thing. And in WoW, raiding is the thing. Does that make sense? Like I'm trying to make it into where people can understand where I'm coming from. Like, you can make instanced raid content, but it's not like the main focal point of Ashes of Creation. Unlike World of Warcraft, where raiding is the focal point of Ashes or of World of Warcraft. Like, I wouldn't care honestly if they added like an instance raid like one every year or something like that, right? Or it doesn't have to be something like seasonal, or like every major patch there's like a new raid or whatever. Like, I don't care. And I would even love it if they did it to where it was either story based, right? Or even something more challenging, right? So I kind of, my mind goes to something like Final Fantasy's Ultimates, right? Where it's like a singular boss and it's really, really, really fucking hard. And when you kill the boss, it doesn't drop any loot. It's just cosmetic. And it's these like high-end weapons that you can transmog into. That's kind of like where my mind goes with Ashes, is like having like a one boss instance raid that is meant to be a very, very challenging PvE event thing that could challenge you and your group in a way for months, right? And you can even have leaderboards on your server of like all the people that have killed it or whatever, times that you've killed it or whatever. And I think that's fine. Like, I don't need to have as much, like you, Intrepid, need to deliver me as much instance content as World of Warcraft. Like, I don't need that. Like, as a PvEer, like, I understand what this game is. Like, I understand like all the things that Ashes wants to do for their game. But just like how sports fishing, is a thing in Ashes, it's not going to be the thing. And again, I think about that with the philosophy of, well, I hope I didn't waste my lore. And I think about that with like raiding or dungeons, in general. I wouldn't mind if there were some instance dungeons. It doesn't have to be a shit ton of them or whatever, but having some instance dungeons that where I don't have to face the PvE trial or PvP trials of players griefing or messing up my flow. Like, I think that's great. You know what I mean? Again, it doesn't have to be like the main thing. It just has to be a thing. Dusty went after 2 Mach tonight with 2 raids plus 2 Mach wiped the floor with all of them. Yeah, right now world bosses are insanely overtuned. Because people in the PTR with full legendaries and full bis gear and elixirs and food couldn't even take down Firebrand or 2 Mach. So I don't know if that's done on purpose right now, but yeah, it's definitely one of those things that you're, like, we're just gonna have to wait for more content, right? We're gonna have to, because that kind of tells me a little bit more of like, if they have world bosses that overtuned, who's to say that we might not be able to hit level 30 by the end of quarter 1? You know, who's to say that we get these new talent trees by the end of January for all the classes? You know what I mean? Who's to say that we don't have our second augments by February? You know, like, do you guys not remember January of this year when the desert was in the state it was, or the January of last year when the desert was like non-existent, it didn't exist, and how quick that desert got fleshed out, which is within a couple of months. Now that we really don't have biomes to worry about, I mean, technically we do. We have the redwood area and we have the badlands, but I honestly feel like they're going to contract those particular zones out. I don't think Intrepid's going to work on them. I think Intrepid is going to be working on class design. I think Intrepid's going to be working on economy and a lot of like the things that they really need to zero in on. I think land management and land development right now can be, you know, handed off to some other, you know, some other company, and they'll worry about that and they can focus on the other major issues. That's what I think they should do personally. We know the red wood assets were worked on years ago already. Yeah, and like I said, and all they can do is just literally pass those on to the other company. Like that's all. Like they're gonna pass on design concepts, like concept art, assets, all that shit. Like this is kind of like the general look, or like the general like what we want the shape to look like. What, you know, these things, you know, points of interest. We want this to be down here, up here, whatever. And then they're like, all right, we got all your notes. We're going to go and do it. Right. That's literally it. So I think Intrepid's going to be really zeroing in on a lot of the stuff. I mean, from the conversations that I've had, the devs seem very fucking excited about this year. So I don't know if something's cooking or something's hyping, being, you know, hype behind the scenes or whatever, but all I know is that I think we're in for a pretty awesome quarter one, is what I'll say. So, all right, let's go. So 4 minutes. So I'm going to come back here. And if this is active yet again, oh man, I'm going to keep coming back here and just keep getting more and more gold, because I really need to get to 10 gold at least, for sure. But I don't know. Well, it's just this whole year, I think it's going to be very, very telling of the progress that Ash is going to make towards beta, because we all know that that's what they're doing. We all know that that's exactly where they're heading. They're heading for beta. That's what they want. So let's see if they can do it. Let's see how far they get. What's the difference between fishing offshore and fishing off boat? If you're talking about salt water fishing compared to freshwater fishing, so you do freshwater fishing like inland, and anything that is within the purple here is salt water. So there could be an area here that you need a saltwater chum, and you have to do that off your boat. But you can go out into sea, like you can go out to here on your rowboat, but you're not going to have like a radar or sonar or whatever. You know, that's what it is, right? So, and because you're out in the purple area is lawless, so you have to be a combatant. There's more risk because there can be another ship there with like 15 other players on that could go into your ship and kill all your players and take your fish and go back to sea, or go back to port and sell it. So because there's more risk, those fish are worth a lot more. My guild, they had about 10 people, and they were making almost 95 gold an hour. Like for all of them, you know, like all of them combined. So they were getting some like really good gold being out there. But it just depends, right? Like, you know, our guild has, I think, a pretty good system of what we do. And again, and those sports fishing events aren't up all the time, right? Or at least they're not supposed to be. This particular one right here that I've done has been up for a while. But so yeah, if you're on the Shoal server, you can come and join me. Like I said, there's an event right here, sports water, freshwater event. Is there a certain level? Is there a certain level for sports fishing? What do you mean a certain level? If what I think you mean is, I'm on the Resno server, sadly. If what I think you mean is what level do you need to be a sports water fisherman, you can be level 1. Like all you need is a fishing pole. It can be a novice fishing pole and lures. Lures are 6 silver a piece for the cheapest one. But with tax, depending on where you are, taxes could be 50%, which adds an extra 3 silver. So about 9 silver a piece per lure. And it also depends on the kind of mule you have. If you don't have a mule at all, you can have one fish on your back that you can go on a regular mount for, and then go to a port here, like a harbor, and sell your one fish. But doing it that way, I'm telling you, is not profitable. That's not the way to do it. After over a whole year of playing, I just chopped my first braidwood. Bro, Graven, me and you were in the same boat. Yesterday, I finally got, so guys, I don't know if I told you, but yesterday I finally was able to hit level 20 journeyman lumberjacking, and I was able to hit my first braidwood ever. So yeah, I feel you, brother. Congratulations, dude, because I was in the same boat. The gathering feels way better than the new with the new changes. Oh, dude, 100%. Well, that's why I couldn't start it, because I was missing lures. Ditto, thanks. Yeah, you basically, and I'll show you, you can buy lures at any harbor. Okay, you just talk to the harbor master and you can buy a lure from them, or you can buy lures. So in Marilith here on Shoal, they have the agricultural house, and the agricultural house has that's the building that has food, but also has fishing there too. And you can buy lures from an agricultural house building. And usually that's actually cheaper, because the harbors usually have what's a 50% markup from tax. A lot of the settlements, if you have a good mayor, you'll have 10% tax. So you can buy the lures actually cheaper. Why are you running the harbor? Jova has the vendor now. Wait, really? On Shoal? The cook? Wait, what? When did that happen? We don't have a cookhouse. I'm on Resna. Tech the God. Dude, thank you so much for the follow, brother. Thank you. Welcome. Let me check, because building. Oh my God, they do. Jesus Christ. I didn't even know that. When did that happen? Oh my God. Well, it's okay. I still been getting all the stuff I need to, but I'll definitely go for the next round. I'll go and get it. I think I have one more lure left. So yeah, I'm gonna have to buy some lures. I'll buy 3 just because I'll go to the other one and get them over there. 37 silver. 41 silver. Uh, 37 silver. Magic of social games right here. Yeah, pretty much. I did not know that, man. Thank you so much for letting me know. I was literally going to... Oh, wait, did I buy the lures? I'll buy the lures. I'm an idiot. So you hit V, and then you see like the flying lure. It's like the one for 6 gold. You can just buy like however much you have. So it's like 9 silver in taxes, but it's fine. I'll eat it for now. I'll go back to the spot to see if it's still there. If it's still there, that means it'll be there for another hour. So I'll keep going after that. Just don't log out. Q is at 160. I had to log into my alt. Oh Jesus. Man, you have to do a docu-series on Polar, Neurotic Savages, Envious, and that whole OG toxic period of Alpha 2. Oh my god. Brother. That would be... See, the one thing that I kind of regret, at least from my end, is that I wasn't in phase 1 in the server. I wasn't on Resna. I was on Verra on phase 1. And on Resna, that's where all of like, that's where Envious was, that's where Ethereum was, that's where Rives Guild was, like all the big guilds. Axiom was there. And there was just so much fucking drama. So much fucking drama on the Resna server. And it was literally the meme of like, you know, Squidward looking out through his window and seeing SpongeBob and Patrick. Like SpongeBob and Patrick, that was like the Verra server. And then like Squidward was Resna. Because there was just so much shit. I mean, I guess maybe depending on who you ask. But have you had your mule get ganked yet? No, I have not, Esteban. I had 3 times on my server that I had people try to, like, they were attacking me, but I never did anything because it was a low level. It was like one was level 6, one was level 9. And I knew what was happening. There was higher level people waiting for me to flag up, and he got me to about like halfway health, and then he just stopped and then went on, you know, moved on basically. We were chilling on Verra, dude. Yeah, we were, man. It was fucking great. But honestly, Shoal in early access literally reminds me of Verra. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I have been having so much fucking fun on this server. It's been really good. Like and that's anecdotal, right? That's my opinion, but I feel like for me, I feel like I'm back. Oh, I've had it twice yesterday. There was a guy in town with, an unguild buddy that was going corrupt, killing mules. Guild guy would take them. Yeah. And again, I have a video, going over that. It'll be the end of the month. That I'll be talking about corruption and like the tactics people are using for corruption baiting and flagging and all that stuff. So, one of these, one of my followers here, one of the people in the community actually broke it down for me because there was a guy on Resna that he believes was from Polar, that was in an ungilded, you know, just like with like a fake name, whatever. And he was like a level 7. Like, and basically getting corrupted and then deleting that character, remaking a new character, going back to being level 7, and then doing that process all over again. So basically just like completely circumventing the entire corruption system because, you know, how long does it take to fucking hit level 7 in this game, right? Like, it takes no time at all. So, you know, it's whatever. So much better when even Narc made his video. You should compare and contrast what he said versus where it is now. I mean, honestly, I don't have to bring Narc into it, man. Like the whole thing, like, he's moved on. Like, I feel like we should too. And Narc's doing great. I mean, he has a separate YouTube channel now. He's been growing, you know. I believe he has more subscribers in his new channel than he ever did in his old one. Riff, dude, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. And then Leshurak, thank you so much for the follow as well, man. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying this the stream. Let me see. Blight should be account wide, not character. Well, that's definitely 100% agree. 100% agree. Let me see. They really have to fix corruption system. Going corrupt, then dying to PvE or whatever. Having to pick your buddy up is BS. Yeah, no, for sure. It definitely is. Like I said, I have a whole, dude, fuck yes. All right. Well, let's get it. And then I'll just head over here this time around. Of course, not any hatred towards him. It was just an era of ashes. No, for sure. Like, I 100% agree. I mean, Narc, you understand, I was a huge fan of Narc. Like, I really was. Like, I watched all of his videos. but I stopped watching him. Not when he got negative on Ashes, because I was negative on Ashes. He got vitriolic towards Ashes and really hateful towards like Steven and the developers. And that's where I kind of drew the line. Like, all right, bro. Like, it's fine. Like, if you aren't liking the process of the alpha, or you're not liking certain things or whatever, but like when you're literally like now completely talking shit about, you know, the developers and calling it a scam, and you know, like that's where I kind of drew the line, was like, all right, dude, like I can't support you at this point anymore. Fupa, what's going on, brother? Happy New Year. Hope you're doing well, man. Hot take: using a friend to get rid of corruption is fine. I would say, friends should be able to do certain things for you, but I believe that is a thing that should not be in the game. Um, and again, you know, I believe that is a hot take for sure. But I disagree. I think it's one of those things that when it comes to murder, I believe that dying or death should not eliminate corruption, in my opinion. Corruption needs to be purified, not by death, but by work. And that's my opinion. Like, I think the only way that you should be able to work off corruption is by grinding mobs. Like, not completing commissions, not like, because then the meta is going to be like, oh, like if you want to go corrupted, you know, make sure you have like, you know, 5 or 6 commissions like saved up, and then go corrupted and then complete those commissions, and then now you're not corrupted anymore. No, fuck that. Like, you have to literally kill mobs. Like, and that's how you do it. Meaning you're now going to be exposed to more players, right? Like potentially, because you have to go to POI spot, or maybe like a hidden, like somewhere out in the world that you're going to have to like grind, like individually grind or do something like that to to do something with. The other thing I think of, right, because I know people talk about like permanently deleting items, right? But imagine if like certain items were in a, when you go corrupted, that your friend can pick up your stuff for you and give it back to them, but it's now in a like in a broken state. Like, not broken in the sense to where like you have to go and repair it at an anvil. Like, no, I'm talking like you have to like actually like use materials of like going back and actually like refining it back to like its former self, because you're, the corruption that you sustained on yourself, your essence, shit, your essence fucked with the item. And now there's like things that you basically have to do to cleanse the item, basically, you know. And then I feel like that should be something that, you know, is like earlier on in corruption. But I feel like when it comes like level 4 or level 5 corruption, that's where I'm all for deleting an item. Like, not, you know, if you're level 4 or level 5 corrupted, like you should literally have a random, like, or even a couple of random items be deleted from your inventory. Why this thing is so far away? It's so stupid. Sorry, I have to pay attention. This stupid walleye is just being dumb. Bro, like, what the hell is happening here, dude? I'm gonna lose it. It's literally like on land at this point. Let me see. Blight Sack can remain. Sorry, I'm like literally trying to read, but also catch this stupid fish. Yeah, it's gonna. What a piece of shit. Well, that was a waste of freaking time. Jesus Christ. Um, yeah, it's just, again, I think, like I said, I have a video coming out, um, like about fresh or the sports water fishing. But yeah, this system definitely needs work, man. Sorry if I was yeah, but people are going corrupt while naked and using show weapons. Yeah, and again, there's going to be certain things that um that should be, fixed in my opinion. Um I feel like when it comes to certain targets, especially when it comes to PvP, like I think, and we've been in this state where even Steven has said this in the past, where like, oh, like a level 5 should be able to hit a level 20 like player character. um I disagree. A level 5 should have no business trying to hit a level 20. You know what I mean? And my thing is that like in WoW, there's like a wait, what the fuck? Why are you on my mount? What are you doing? Did I just waste a lure? Oh my god. I think I did. Jesus Christ. Fish between the BTS of land and you can get them stuck there. Yeah, I know. That's what was happening before. But yeah, what was I saying? Damn, I completely forgot my whole train of thought. I was talking about something, and now I can't remember what I was talking about. Let's see, have you seen the old ass video of WoW laughing at the Lobby attacking him on the bridge, and he kept falling asleep and waking up dead, and all his loot was stolen? No, I have not. I probably have, but it's not coming up. But you did remind me what I was talking about. Um, I think, when it comes to like dodging and missing targets that are 5 levels above you in terms of PvP, like I'm talking about players, like mobs, we can have that discussion of like, can a level 5 hit a level 20 mob? Cool. But I think when it comes to players, I think if you're trying to roll like a super low character, I think that you should not really be able to hit a level 15, right? Or a level 17 if you're level 5 or 6. Like I think there needs to be like a 5 level range of being able to like actually attack someone. And that's where I'm saying that if you then have someone who's like, let's say a level 25 killing a level 17, that's where the blight and the corruption difference, like the skewing the chart, if as you would say, for corruption would need to be higher, right? So if you're killing someone at your level, if you're level 17 and you murder a level 17, then that's of course like a level 1 corruption. But if you're a level 7, or if you're a level 21 killing a level 17, now maybe that's level 2 corruption. You know what I mean? And then if you're like a level 25 killing a level 17, maybe that's level 3 corruption. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally like the discussion like we need to be having about corruption. But the fact that a level 11 could actually kill or land a killing blow on a 17, to me is kind of wild, right? Not even level 7. I mean, or level 11, like we're talking like a level 7, level 6. Like that's to me like another big flaw in the PvP, like just PvP in general. Because what kind of PvP can you effectively have as a level 6 fighting a level 17 player? You know what I'm saying? Like that should be, you should have no business like as that lower level trying to kill level 17, and vice versa. Like that's not good PvP in my mind. the only time that that would ever happen is in any, whether whatever party is trying to grief the other person. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I don't like it, you know. But again, I am not a PvPer at heart. I am more of a PvEer. So I don't, I would love to have this discussion with people that are like hardcore PvPers to see, you know, if they wouldn't mind something like that. Because I think that would fix a lot of like the lobby issue. But there are things that I believe need to kind of happen account wide, for sure, when it comes to corruption. Because I think corruption is circumvented a lot. And, you know, we got to be able to look at the ways that they are being circumvented and then find them and, you know, see what we can do to like smooth them out, right? Iron out the kinks, so to speak. So, corruption stack currently at level gap. Yeah. God, dude, is there something like wrong with all my fish that I'm getting? Like, is everything just meant to be going so far out of my fucking range? What is happening? Like, all my other fish in this same spot was like all fine, but now they want to go and be like the farthest away from me as possible. And when I pull them in, they should come in, and they're not. I should probably try to fish here because I think they get stuck here. Excuse me. Here. Dude, this is so annoying. It's just going like further and further out. Jesus. Look how far away this thing was. Crazy. People coming over and interrupting me while I'm trying to watch the stream. You're good, dude. I feel like nothing super exciting is happening right now other than just these fish being stupid. Oh, they are like, can I buy things from your shop? So annoying. Are you selling stuff? What are you selling, dude? Actually, one of my viewers gave me a really good gold tip, but I can't say. I can't say what it is, but I would love to do that soon. Okay. Oh, I guess I already threw it. I'm working. Oh, okay. Okay. Damn, I already caught a fish already. All right, let's go. Don't get all stupid far. Is it 10:30 at night? Jesus. I've been streaming for 2 hours already. Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch this fish and one more fish, and I'll probably end stream after that. But I'm excited for these next couple of months because I really want to see like what Intrepid is actually cooking up their sleeve. Oh, look, there's Bunk. See him around the fishing holes. Are you gaining momentum for dealing damage to the fish? I mean, not really. I mean, the only time you deal damage to the fish is by ups and downs. So lefts and rights, you do 1 damage, and then the easing the line, you do 1 damage. So really, like I said, I don't know, the whole thing just seems like a little, like when you keep doing it after a while, like it's all right, but it's like I feel like the system can actually be better. And people say that it's like a direct ripoff from like Arcage, but I feel like we can do better than a ripoff, right? Like we should get the Arcage system, but then, you know, figure out where we can improve the system. You know what I mean? Like that's my thing. Like I want to make this system actually feel like, I want the sentiment to be, oh, it's like Arcage, but better. You know, like that's what I want. These mules, man. So annoying. Same, I think there's another plan behind Steam release. Excited. I mean, I think so too. I mean, I feel like something's happening, you know what I mean? Like, and I really want to see what's going on, because I feel like it's going to be, I feel like this year in development is going to be way different than this past year in 2025. Because this past year in 2025 really was just a bunch of land, right? Like that's really the majority of like what we got for a while. So it was just literally seeing the desert be expanded, the tropics be expanded, the June Dark coming out, the anvils coming out, and then that was kind of it. But I feel like this year, I don't really think the exciting portions of development is going to be land anymore. I think it's going to be like other systems. Like I think the freeholds being expanded, and like the 2.0 version of freeholds, the expansion of classes and passives and new abilities and secondary augments. That's going to be the thing. The expansion of settlements and types, and you know, just like all this other stuff. Like those are the things that I think are actually going to be happening. Apartments, yeah, instancing, like in general. Codes Mahogany, thank you so much for the follow, brother. Thank you. Hope you've been enjoying the stream, man. Really appreciate the support. So that to me is like way more exciting than just a new biome, right? Like that to me is like, is what I want, is like stuff that I can actually partake in. And it's not saying you can't partake in a biome, right? Because you can go to the new biome and you can experience it. But I feel like it's just not the same, right? And I think these other systems, you know, that we're mentioning, for instance, you know, the static freeholds in nodes, the regular freeholds, like those are going to be the things that I think people are going to be like, oh shit, man, like now we're cooking, you know what I mean? So sitting here fishing as well. Nice, brother. You see, man, Twitch needs an auto mode, or a podcast mode. Dude, that would be pretty sick, dude. Do you, I don't, I used to, so I had, my 1v1 podcast in a podcasting, it would go to all the major podcasting parts, like, Apple podcasts, or, you know, but I stopped doing that because it was kind of expensive. And I feel like, well, my podcast isn't really like big, you know, in that sense. So I just kind of stopped, paying for it and stopped doing it. But I mean, hey, I don't mind, like, you know, if I stream on YouTube, if you want to just go to YouTube and just minimize it and listen, like, but I feel like a lot of times people that want the podcast version, it's because like they probably have data limits and they don't want to like use the video to like cap their limit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I still have my 1v1 podcast. I've been trying to get guests, lined up for it. It's just honestly like finding the time to do it without interfering with the streaming schedule. But yeah, I'm still going to be doing the 1v1s. Like it's just, it's hard. Like I was going to try to do them like one a month, but sometimes even that can be a little much. Mag, dude, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thank you for the prime, man. Thank you. Hope you've been well, and with happy new year to you and the family, man. It's great to see you. Let me see. I'd go on it, but I'm a nobody. Well, like I said, I've had conversations with nobodies before. To me, it's all about just having a conversation about the game. I think ultimately, you know, that's the most important part, right? Is being able to have a discussion with people. Like, I think right now my focus has been to talk to guild leads. Like, now that there's so many brand new people from early access, I kind of want people to be exposed to, you know, hearing guild leaders and talk about their guild, and like, um, you know, like if you're guildless, you know, this is your chance to maybe hear a guild and see if maybe you're a fit there, or maybe, you know, um, you know, you can try them out or whatever. Cause that's what I did back in the past, you know, when we didn't have a game to play, you know what I mean? So, I only listen to podcasts while driving now. I can't listen, to it during anything else, and currently watching Critical Role D&D while eating dinner. Oh, nice. Yeah, dude, Critical Role, man. I mean, they have like long sessions. Like their stuff is like 4 hours long sometimes. So, um, yeah, it's been a bit since I've listened to Critical Role, but Critters Unite. But yeah, that's kind of like what I want to do for the podcast. Probably next time around. But I mean, I want to talk to Roar. Mag, actually, he's the one of the co-GMs of the new guild here on Shoal, Foundry. Or I'm sorry, Foundry. Foundation. Right? Foundation. Um, and so, you know, there's like new guilds popping up. There's, you know, a bunch of existing ones that are there. And I think really it's just, you know, most people, especially new players, are just kind of afraid to find a guild. And, you know, I think there's just so many really good ones, that it's just like, hey, just take your pick, man. You know, figure all that shit out later. I am a new player from EA, but I work 7-on-7 off, so I can play for a week and can't play for a week. Yeah, and again, there's so many guilds too that, I mean, it doesn't really matter, man. Like, I believe if even if you are in that situation, man, Brad, that if you only play for a week and can't play for a week, you know, I'm pretty sure a hardcore sweaty guild probably won't like that. But there's so many guilds that wouldn't even care. You know what I mean? To me, I think if you are going to be playing for a week, you should be playing with people that are like-minded like you, and you can have a really good time playing and having a blast for that week. Like, you know, and again, it's not saying you can't have a blast playing by yourself, but come on, let's just be honest, right? As gamers, you always tend to have more fun with the boys, right? So, let's see where this. Okay, so it's way the hell over there. All right, it's down the node to the left. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I didn't even know we had some guilds have casual division. Great for a 9-to-5 dad like me. Yeah, a lot of guilds do. I think again, just kind of, you know, being exposed to those guilds, right? Because I think sometimes it's the exposure more so than anything. Um, Come on, man. 45. Let's go. 40. 37. Not bad. 8 gold. Oh, when it drops though, I'll be font of wisdom for them. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to call it here. I got to use the bathroom, do some other things, and probably get back on. I'm gonna try to head back to that watering hole before it's 27 minutes remaining. I think I can make it back in a little bit. Here. All right. Guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Like I said, tomorrow I should be able to stream. I don't know when I'll be streaming. I think that's the only problem with my streams is that they're so erratic in time frames. I apologize. I can't be thank you for the tips. No problem, brother. No problem at all. I'm sorry I can't be more consistent in a time slot. It's just given my situation as a dad, I can't commit to a time slot. So I appreciate you guys when you can show up when you can. It really does mean the world to me. So thank you all so much. And